Hello, hello. It is now 5:02. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Those who are able, please stand. Please take a moment to gather our thoughts and minds so that our hearts will be clear to work on the business of our county and our students. Please take a moment. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Our Colleton County mission statement reads as follows. Colleton County School District will prepare every student to graduate with a 21st century education to be globally competitive for their chosen college and/or career path. And if my board members will join me in the civility pledge. I pledge to build a stronger and more effective school board by advocating for civil engagement, respecting others and their viewpoints, and finding solutions for the betterment of my school district. Thank you. I'd like to entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the agenda that was sent to us for approval and posted for the public.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we accept the agenda as posted. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous decision. Moving on. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully everyone has had an opportunity to go out and visit some of our schools and see some of the wonderful things that are going on in Colleton County this academic year. Please feel free to go see how your students' school is doing, see how your student is doing, see how your favorite teachers are doing. Let them know that the community and the people here support them. Moving on, our announcements. Our law conference is August 28th, 29th in Greenville. I think there's still time if someone else has decided they want to attend, or is it too late for that one? No, still, we have a few more days. All right, I also like to remind everyone that the Low Country Regional Advocacy Meeting is going to be held September 17th, 2026 at the Woodland High School, in Dorchester 4. Again, a wonderful opportunity for us to meet with people from the Low Country to discuss the things going on in their school districts as well as ours. The Legislative Advocacy the Back to Basics program, or what's it called, a workshop, will be October 8th, 2026, and the Legislative Advocacy Conference will be December 5th through 6th, and you'll get more information about those as time goes on. All right, at this time, recognitions. Every member of Team Colleton works for kids and makes important contributions towards becoming a world-class school system. Mr. Aldridge.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'd like to make some important recognitions tonight. First, if I could ask members of our Human Resources team to come forward. Ms. Wilsie Hamilton, Monte Stevens, Brandon Williams, and Sherelle Middleton.
Hey, Allison. This one that you have that you on speakerphone.
I'll let y'all stand up here and squirm. I want to show a video while you're here, and everybody can look at you. Can we play the video?
Okay. All right.
I could overdub the video. The sound's not coming through.
The overall goal of our new employee orientation is to ensure that every...
Good morning and welcome welcome to Colleton County Schools. My name is Trip Aldridge. I'm the new superintendent. We're so excited for all of our new employees to be joining us today at this event.
Welcome to the 2026-2027 New Employee Orientation. The overall goal of our New Employee Orientation is to ensure that every new employee begins their journey with the district feeling welcomed, informed, supported, and prepared for success.
Choose Colleton, where every child is known, valued, and empowered to succeed.
Every day, we are committed to making Colleton County School District the clear choice by ensuring that every learner receives the support they need to succeed.
Choose Colleton. Colleton County School District is a small community where everyone is welcome with the southern charm of Colleton County, welcome with open arms, and everyone is valued for what they can bring to this community.
Choose Colleton because Colleton has a small community feel and there are lots of opportunities for collaboration and support.
Starting a new position comes with a lot of information. So today we want to make sure that we are equipping our new employees for their new roles. Day one is intentional. It's designed to onboard our new employees. Together, we'll also provide them with information they need to be successful to begin their employment with the district. Human Resources provides an overview of district expectations, professionalism, policies, procedures, and responsibilities. That comes with being an employee with an outstanding district.
At Colleton County School District, our core purpose and core values are focused on teaching and learning.
At Colleton County School District, we want to be known as the clear choice. We're so happy to have you and your talents coming to join us here, and we're so excited for the year to come and what our students are going to learn and how our community is going to grow with you as a part of the team.
We want every one of our employees to feel welcomed from day 1 to day 180. We are prepared to support our teachers throughout this entire school year. So we want to say to our new employees, welcome to Team Colleton.
So last time we were here for a board meeting, the room was still set up for the event that you saw in the video. And I wanted to take a moment to recognize our human resources team that's in front of us here. I have to say, in all of my experience in my career in education, I've never seen an onboarding and a new employee process quite to the extent and level that you guys put on for our people here. It was 4 jam-packed days, as you saw from the video, all the smiling faces and everything that we were able to do. You didn't really see everything. That was just a snippet of what they did over 4 days. But it took an immense amount of planning, the theme that they pulled off, and they dressed us all up. As you saw, I was in my baseball jersey for the event that night. And it was just incredible to see all the new people, teachers, support staff, everyone that's coming to work for us here in the district. And I just wanted to say my hat's off to all of you for the hard work you did. I knew what it took to pull that off, and you did it with a bang, and it was fantastic. So thank you for all you did to make that happen and to get all these people hired and signed on the line, and all the hard work. We know that you guys just went through a storm here at the beginning of the school year to get ready, and I wanted to recognize you and appreciate you for everything you did for doing that.
Good video, too.
Next, if I could ask our team that worked on the Back to School Bash to come forward. Ms. Tangela Green, Tamika Washington, Robin Fitch, Talia Washington, Jimmy Wiggins, and Kara Meter. I think we have most of those people here with us tonight. So we hosted our Back to School Bash Saturday before last, the weekend before school started, and we had over 800 students with their parents and families come through the doors that day. We gave out over 600 backpacks, and we had some amazing sponsors that came along to help us with this event. Sonic provided hot dogs for everybody that wanted to eat. The Original Six Foundation was out there cooking them. Genesis Healthcare was on board. Walterboro Ford. We also had the Low Country Food Bank, Tatiana Ramos, who was the winner of our Colleton Voice competition, sang for us at the event. Mr. Scott Baring of B-City, Trusted Insurance, Old House Cafe, all those folks brought out door prizes that we were able to give away for folks. Bob Edwards and his wife Audrey and Kara Meter with the Original Six Foundation, like I said, were manning the grill and cooked for hundreds of hot dogs for everybody that was there. It was just an amazing day. I got to meet Mr. Jimmy Wiggins, who let me know he's been doing this for 19 years, put this event on, and he is certainly the life of the party. I'm sure I'm probably the last one in the room to have met Jimmy Wiggins, so everybody else here knows him, I'm sure. But just a great adventure, and he has assured me that next year, for the 20th year that he's done this, it's going to be even bigger and better, so we're super excited about getting together and helping to plan that. We're going to start that in just a few weeks, I bet. We'll have a meeting and get started. It takes a whole year to put this type of thing on. We have a long list of sponsors and vendors that were there at the event, but again, this team worked tirelessly to put it on. It takes countless hours to pull together what we saw happen in the course of a few hours on that Saturday morning, and just wanted to recognize the hard work that went into this, and again, the level of professionalism and just the sheer joy it brings to our community to be able to bring everybody together and do that. So hats off to all of you, and we appreciate everything you did to pull off such an amazing event for our Back to School Bash, all for Colleton. Thank you.
And Mr. Chairman, if I may add, and thank you, Superintendent Eldridge, for bringing all of these wonderful recognitions from our HR and from our bash. If we can add, there's a laptop drawing, iPad drawing from that bash for students that turned their name in, so I hope they'll be there to claim their prize. Friday night at North Palm Church. I think those that have the ticket need to show up to win.
And again, wonderful job from all of you, all the people that have been on this evening. Bravo.
Next, I'd like to ask the team that helped plan our convocation to please come forward. Ms. Diamond Berry, Brandon Williams, Charlene Williams, and I don't believe Becky Roy is with us tonight, but she's also a member of that crew. So, of course, as we know, as new superintendent, I came into the district. My official first day was July 1st, and immediately people said, well, what are we going to do for our administrators retreat? What are we going to do for our convocation? And tons of questions that I wasn't sure what the answers were going to be. But I called together this group and said, you know, would you guys be willing to help us with planning convocation this year? They enthusiastically agreed to do that. I think they were enthusiastic over the course of several weeks, almost every night, every day, working on this. Again, gargantuan task to pull this off and put on the production. I know many of the people in the room were there for that event and got to see that. I gave them a couple of stipulations that I wanted as the new superintendent. I've done this for quite a few years, and I've worked in many school districts. I know that while there's a lot of good reasons why we have convocation, it's important to have everybody under one roof and kick off the year. I also know that sometimes people have other things on their mind and they wish they weren't stuck there in convocation. So I told them that we had to shorten this up and we had to get people back to school sooner because they had important work to do to get ready for their students. And also I didn't want a bunch of people standing up giving speeches like I'm doing right now. So we weren't going to do that. We wanted this to be entertaining while still sending the messages that we wanted to send. And they put together an incredible event and program, again, planned to the T. So many things that had to happen, from transporting everybody everybody on our big yellow limousines to the building to come in down the red carpet and to their green rooms where they got their continental breakfast before going to the show. And we had a themed show for that event where we took everybody through a day of skipping out on the last day before coming back to school and watching some retro TV. And so walked down memory lane, and I think it was fitting. Folks of all ages that work in our district and were able to participate, were able to find something that they found touching and important to them through that trip. And at the same time, we got to have a lot of fun. We got to share some ideas and some thoughts about what we wanted to do and really come together as one team here in Colleton County. So the work it took to pull that off, as I've said several times tonight, was just immense. And I thank you for your dedication to doing that. And I've heard that everybody loved it so much they want to have 2 convocations next year, and they're hoping you guys will plan them as well. So that part's not true, but we'll talk about planning for next year. But I think we all have a little bit of PTSD, so we'll postpone that for a little while and talk later. But thank you to the team that put together our convocation. It was amazing, and we're so appreciative of all the hard work you put in.
I'm the new superintendent here in Colleton County School District. So excited to welcome everybody today to our 26-27 convocation. Having everyone under one roof has made energy electric across the district, and it's such an exciting opportunity for us to get together and focus on the outcomes we plan for this year. Things that we're talking about today is that Colleton County Schools is going to be the clear choice. That's our promise. It's our promise to each other. It's our promise to our students. It's our promise to our community. And we want everybody to know that the best opportunity to educate your children in this community is the Colleton County School District. Everybody's leaving with that charge today, and we're going to show that to be true to everybody who takes a look.
Again, congratulations to everyone being honored this evening, and that convocation gave me all kinds of trips down memory lane, realizing how many TV shows I did not know. All right, moving on. Before moving on, I would like to make certain that we note that on the phone we have with us Trustee Sharon Whitcomb and Attorney Allison Hanna, so we do have a full board this evening. All right, moving forward, the policy items, second reading, action required. Now, Ms. Whitcomb, if you would like to chime in on any of the 4 policies that we're going to be looking at for the second reading.
Good evening, Mr. Nixon and board members. Before you, you have 3 policies, policy ADF, policy BD, and both of these policies have before you new wording in blue, and these are suggestive languages. And we reviewed those at the 21st July meeting, and so that was first reading. And then also policy JFAB and the administrative rule that follows it for intra-district transfer and transfer out of district for students. Board members, do you have any questions?
Any questions, members?
And Mr. Nixon, it's my understanding we'll take action on these next week.
Allison, are we voting on these tonight?
Sorry, I was on mute. You're not voting tonight. You're voting. You're considering it tonight. You're voting on the
next
meeting
Tuesday?
next week. Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, if there are no other
Mr.
questions?
Nixon, our next policy committee meeting is scheduled on Tuesday, Wednesday, September the 2nd. I want to check with Ms. Hyman and committee members. Is that scheduled at 5 o'clock? Is that what we're planning for?
Committee members?
That's fine.
Yes, that's the time.
Okay,
Terrific. Thank you.
and that's at 5 o'clock. All right. Thank you, Ms. Whitcomb.
The 2nd is a Tuesday, isn't it?
September the 2nd, is it? Wednesday.
Is it
Wednesday?
a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
When Labor Day the 6th, the next week? Oh, okay.
Sharon, you
Okay.
intended for that meeting to be on a Wednesday at 5 p.m., September 2nd?
That was suggested
That's fine.
before us. Is that because of the 30, I'm not sure why that is scheduled on the 2nd instead of the 31st.
It doesn't matter.
I guess because the first Monday is is Labor Day the 7th. And is our regular meeting because of the second Tuesday of the month, is it on Tuesday? The 8th?
Let's see.
Yeah. Roman, is 2nd okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Thank
Right.
you. Can somebody confirm
Yeah.
the regular meeting date?
The regular meeting date is the 8th. The committee of the whole
That's
meeting
committee of
is
the whole.
Tuesday, the
So
8th, yes.
And that's the reason that we're meeting on Wednesday, if that is agreeable.
That's fine.
It seems fine with everyone here, so,
I thank you.
all right. Superintendent's report. Effective leadership supports learning and optimal performance for all students. Superintendent Aldridge.
Thank you. We've had a great start to the school year as we kind of recapped in our celebrations today. We're 7 days in at this point. Things are going really well, and we're going to kick right over to our Human Resources Department and ask Ms. Hamilton to come up and present.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just want to take this time to just reiterate our winners for from Convocation for Teacher of the Year, District Support Employee, and our Rookie Teacher of the Year. So our District Support Employee of the Year is Ms. Tara O'Brien from Forest Hills Elementary School. Our Rookie Teacher of the Year is Ms. Diane Clark, teacher at Hendersonville Elementary. And our District Teacher of the Year is Mr. Isaac Aguina from Colleton County High School. So congratulations to them. I provided you guys with updates of vacancies, so if you have any questions, I can answer those. And also, just wanted you to know that we had some teachers that are delayed as a result of travel and their visas, but those classes are covered with qualified either working retirees or suitable subs. And then I'm excited to announce that Colleton County School District employees will have the opportunity to work or take advantage of Working Advantage for employee discounts at various for various things like travel, entertainment, dining, furniture, appliances. I'm trying to remember all of the amenities that we could get. Shopping, theme parks, movies. So we will launch this next Monday. The launch will come directly from Working Advantage, but it's no cost to the district or to our employees. So super excited for that opportunity, that perk for the district. Any questions you have? I'm here to answer. I do have some things that you need to consider in executive session tonight for employee recommendations.
Okay, any questions?
All right, thank
All
you.
right, hearing none, thank you very much, Ms. Hamilton.
And we'll ask Ms. Barrett to come up with the finance report.
Good evening, board members and members of the audience. Today, I'm going to provide a brief overview of the District Minority Business Plan, known as the MBE. This plan is what we do every year in order to adopt it. We have to adopt it according to our procurement code. The purpose of the plan is, I'm briefly going to go over the overview to cover the purpose of the MBE plan, who qualifies as an MBE vendor, and the district goals and requirements, and benefits available to certified MBE businesses. Current status of the plan. There have been discussion regarding potential changes to the state MBE plan requirements, but at this time, the district has not received any guidance from the state. So until anything or changes has occurred, we are still following the district procurement code, which outlines our MBE plan, which was given to us by the state and adopted by the state. Until further guidance has changes become effective, we will continue to follow our current MBE policy in the state procurement code. Okay. Okay, on slide one is an overview of the MBE plan. What does the MBE plan provide? It provides equal opportunity for qualified minority-owned businesses to participate in district contracting opportunities. It's established procedures for identifying qualified MBE businesses, and it notifying business of opportunities and encourage participation in the district contracts. The district follow the state procurement requirements and the district policy when we establish our and go out and look for our vendors. Next, let's look at who qualifies for the let's look at who qualifies as an MBE business. The qualification. A qualified business must meet ownership and control requirements. You have to have at least 51% must be owned and controlled by a qualified socially and economically disadvantaged U.S. citizen. Owners must meet the personal net worth requirements, and business must meet the certification requirements in order to have this benefit. You have to be state certified. You just can't be an MBE business, but you have to be certified by the state in order to meet this guidelines. Okay, once the business meets the eligibility requirements, the district plans have several goals that we try to encourage participation. And our goals that we have for the plan is that we identify, qualify, and responsible MBE firms. We provide vendor training and technical assistance. We maintain a list of the state certified MBE businesses, which is also on the state website. The state have a list of all the certified state MBE vendors there, so we help with that we get that listing and making sure that we are also looking at it. So when we identifying our businesses, our vendors, and when we're doing our procurement, we make sure that we somehow encourage our MBE businesses to apply for some of our to come in and do our RFPs. And we maintain a list of the state MBE businesses. And we notify certified businesses of contracting opportunities. When available, we include at least one minority women-owned, a small business enterprise in our bid solicitation. So that's one of the goals that we strive for, and that's what we try to do, according to being consistent with the state plan. The plan also provides certain benefit to certified MBE businesses participating in the district contracts. So to have the benefits is progress payments. The district may authorize progress payments, letters of credit when applicable, appropriate. We help the certified MBE business perform district contracts. And we award letters. We may provide a contract award letters upon request. And when the letters also states the value of the contract if they have won the bid. They also tell you the duration of the contract. And we also may assist the businesses with other financial requirements as deemed necessary. So the MBE plan provides a structured process for identifying opportunities, notifying certified businesses, and supporting participation. District remain committed in following the MBE policies and the state requirements. Finance and procurement will continue to document compliance, and if the state requirement changes, the district will review and make changes to our plan as necessary. Mr. Chair, board members, that concludes my overview of the district MBE plan, and I'm happy to answer any question that you may have.
Okay, members, any questions?
And our plan has to be approved, so I'm going to ask you for action to be taken on the next board meeting. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And I just have a comparison revenue, my financial statement that I give you every month. If you have any questions about that, I'll be glad to answer any question that you may have.
Any questions, members? Hearing none. Thank you very much, Ms. Barrett. Academics and Student Affairs.
Going to ask Ms. Hedden to come up.
Good evening, Chair Nixon and members of the board. During July, the Office of Teaching and Learning concentrated on preparing our schools, educators, instructional systems, and accountability processes for a successful opening to our 26-27 school year. A major focus for us was ensuring instructional consistency across the district. Pacing guides were finalized, shared with instructional coaches, and incorporated into our guaranteed viable curriculum. Also, the department worked collaboratively with Human Resources to provide 2 full days of professional development for our induction teachers. We also conducted a district-wide professional development day that offered educators content-specific learning and training on key instructional programs and district initiatives. The work included organizing presenters, schedules, materials, room assignments, and content-specific learning opportunities. We assisted schools with enrollment, scheduling, PowerSchool reporting, instructional planning, curriculum resources, and other beginning of the year needs. Our staff collaborated with school leaders, teachers, and instructional support teams to help ensure a successful start to our school year. Assessment and accountability remained a priority. The department reviewed school report card data, submitted necessary corrections to the South Carolina Department of Education, developed the district assessment calendar, reviewed students not tested information, and prepared our school test coordinators for the new cycle of assessment. We also supported our gifted and talented identification by reviewing student data using the updated 26 SC Ready Cut scores, and preparing information for families. So overall, our July work established a strong instructional and operational foundation for the new school year. Our goal was to ensure that teachers had the training and resources they needed, schools received timely support, and our curriculum, communication, and accountability systems were prepared to advance student achievement. An important part of our work is understanding what our assessment results tell us about student performance, areas of progress, and opportunities for continued improvement. At this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Brandy Bozeman, our Coordinator of School Quality, to present an overview of the district's testing results and discuss the key trends reflected in the data. Now, following Ms. Bozeman's presentation, Ms. Robin Fitch is also going to come forward, and she's going to demonstrate to you the instant language translator, which is currently being used in our Title I schools, and this resource helps the schools provide translation services and strengthen communication for our multilingual families. Before I leave, do you have any questions on what I've presented tonight and what was contained in my report?
Any questions, members?
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Bozeman.
Thank you, Ms. Hedden.
Thank you, Ms. Hedden. Good afternoon, Chairman Nixon, board members, district employees, and community members.
Good afternoon.
These slides are dated August the 3rd. That is when the State Department released the state assessment data to us, and it was embargoed by the South Carolina Department of Ed until August 10th, which was yesterday. And so today I'm going to highlight the 25-26 state assessment data that was publicly released by the South Carolina Department of Education on Monday, August the 10th. Okay, thank you. The following data tables represent the percentage of students who scored meets or exceeds expectations in ELA, mathematics, and science on the 25-26 SE Ready assessments. The top table displays the statewide SE Ready assessment results, while the bottom table presents the the Colleton County School District assessment data. Grades 4 and 6 demonstrated notable district-level gains in ELA, and our district's mathematics results closely mirrored the statewide results, with a decrease in the percentage of students scoring meets or exceeds expectations in grade 4, while all other grade levels showed increases. Overall, fourth grade science scores decreased across the district compared to last year, although some specific schools saw increases. The next slide shows the scores by school. There were several notable highlights in elementary literacy growth. District-wide fourth grade ELA proficiency rose from 49.7 up from 42.9 in 24-25. Gains were driven by strong performances at elementary schools, including Bells, which was 60%, Northside 50.6%, and Hendersonville 50%. Bells Elementary also saw fourth grade math proficiency surge from 26.7% to 40%. The CCMS sixth grade science proficiency climbed to 32.9%, up from 27.7% in the previous school year. The following data shows improvements in high school end-of-course assessments. And again, the statewide data is on the top and our district data is on the bottom. High school students achieved notable gains in mastery of core subjects. Biology 1 students scoring C or better jumped to 28.7%, up from 16.3%. English 2 increased to 52.9%, up from 49.2%. And U.S. history rose to 23.6%, up from 17%. We don't have 25-26 data for Algebra 1 because we did not have a large enough subgroup test in that area for it to count towards our South Carolina report cards this year, and that was because of the changing in sequence of the offerings of Algebra 1 and geometry. So the state flipped it this year, so we didn't have enough students take Algebra 1 for it to count. Okay, and then the following table summarizes our advancements on the South Carolina Career Readiness Assessment. Also known as the WIN assessment, determines if students and job seekers possess the foundational entry-level skills that employers require for the modern workplace. It evaluates core abilities across 4 key areas, including math, reading, data, and soft skills, to show readiness for different levels of career pathways. The percentage of district students earning a South Carolina Career Readiness credential grew to 54.5%, reflecting a 4.3 percentage point increase year over year. Okay, any questions about that?
I'll ask you in a moment.
Yes, sir.
I was just looking at that our achievement scores for level 2 are higher than the state average. And I want to know what we're doing there that we can replicate on other levels.
So, I mean, the goal is for students to have obviously the highest level possible. So you can look at that 2 ways. You can say, well, yeah, we beat the state, but you know, you also want to have more 3s, 4s, and 5s than you have 2s.
Yeah, I understand that. I just wondered how we can do whatever we did at level 3, 4, and 5 that we did at level 2. I guess I'm not sure exactly what courses these are.
So to be clear, these are the level scores when they take the test. How many scored in a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 being the highest level that they could score. So you're going to see, our students are spread out across those 5 levels. We have them in each one. One of the things I wanted to point out, this is data that is released that we're allowed to share with you at this point. And this is showing the data from our career readiness test. And so our senior students as juniors, and then again, they have an opportunity to retake as seniors to try to bump those scores up on this test. And this will show their college or career readiness. However, when you look at our school report cards that talk about college and career readiness, this test is not the only factor that can give us college or career readiness. So whether students are completers, whether they've been involved in a work-based learning situation, whether they took the ASVAB test and scored well enough for college preparedness, their scores on the SAT, the ACT, all of those things can go into that. And you'll remember when we share with you our report card scores, which will be coming out in October, but when we share that, we'll tell you how many of our students were career ready, how many of our students were college ready, how many of our students were college and career ready. And so there's many markers that make that, and ultimately I kind of feel like that's the most important piece. This just happens to be the test data that they're willing to release at this point. And so it gives us an indication of those students scoring the 4s and 5s, they have met the marker to be college and career ready based on this test. But almost everybody that's taken this test has also gone through multiple other avenues that will get them that marker to be college or career ready. So we'll really see, and we don't even have that information as a district yet, what we're doing on all of those markers. All we have is this test data. And so this is just showing how our students parsed out into the 5 levels of this particular test, which is given to juniors, and then we give them an opportunity again as seniors. If they want to try to improve their score, they can take it again.
So when will we see what you're referring to,
So October, I think October 10th maybe, or I might have made that date up. It's early in October that the school report cards will be officially released. Normally we do get that information. It's embargoed. I can't give it to anybody yet, but we'll get a chance to look at it and preview it. So I may know a couple of days ahead of time, but we'll be releasing that, and on our board meeting in October, we'll be sharing our school report card final scores from that. But of course the state testing for the EOCs and the EOGs that you already saw, those do go into the school report card, and we'll have a spot on the school report card for our success there. But this test that you're seeing on the screen right now is not marked in and of itself. It's a component of college and career readiness along with those other opportunities. I also want to take a moment to emphasize a couple of points that Brandy made, but I wanted to hammer those home. I know we spent a great deal of last spring talking about programming for our sixth graders and concern about whether or not our sixth graders were being successful in middle school. I think that the data that you saw now shows that they in fact were being successful. We had improvement in both our math and English scores as well as our science scores for grade 6 at Colleton County Middle School with the students in 25-26. So of course we're going to try to replicate that and continue that with this year's test scores with them in the elementary school, but did want to point out that anybody that was questioning the success we were having, it's here in our state test scores. We were succeeding. Also, you noticed the inverse of what you saw in the elementary grades when she showed the high school grades for the EOC test, end of course test. There was a smattering of red and green on the state level, people scoring better or worse on certain tests, but it was all green on our high school testing for Colleton County High School. And so they were not satisfied with their report card last year and felt that they did not show off in a way that they could be proud of. So you can see that they put their nose to the grindstone, and we made big gains there, and we're showing all positive directions in every course at the high school on those EOC tests as well. I just wanted to make sure that those points were noted by everybody seeing this data for the first time today.
Thank you.
Chair Nixon,
Yes.
I just want to commend the high school because I definitely, Mr. Aldridge, saw all that green and it was so wonderful to see. I wanted to ask a question because I know that we had focused on the U.S. history, Constitution, EOC by extending instruction for a year, testing that to see if that might be of benefit, and wanted to ask if that will continue this year as a year-long class.
Yes, Ms. Whitkin, they are continuing the year-long class, and I can certainly look at the data and compare the meets or exceeds scores in the semester versus the year-long. That's a good point.
Thank you. That's helpful to know. And I'm also grateful, Mr. Aldridge, for your highlight of our sixth graders and their accomplishments. And along those lines, just want to ask and request that we continue to track. I mentioned this in July. Those fifth and sixth graders is a subgroup that we continue to track, see what they need, see what the concerns are. We're just kind of really stroking and making sure that those students we're meeting their needs by the changes that we're making. And along those lines, when we can receive an update on the band and GT instruction for our sixth grade.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, that's all coming.
Ms. Fitch is next.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Whitcomb.
And Ms. Fitch is going to demonstrate our translation tool that we were able to get through Title I funding this year.
Good evening. So I wanted to present to you guys Isla. Isla is an instant language assistant, but it is a two-way translator that will allow for people to have more seamless conversations without having to speak through somebody else or using Google Translate. I'm going to talk into my phone, and then I'm going to give it to you, and then you're going to talk into your phone and things like that. And she went to sleep on me, so I'm going to give her a minute to turn back on. But she has two different modes. There is the one-on-one, which is the normal one-to-one conversation. And then there is the presenter mode, which is very, very exciting. So there are two sides to the device. This side is the host side, or what the employee sees, and then the other side is what the staff, or the, not the staff member, but the parent sees. So when the parent walks in and they need translation services, they can choose their language, and they can choose from a plethora of languages that I didn't even know existed. So there are hundreds of languages in here. Once they choose their language, they'll also choose their dialect. So not only are they choosing Spanish, as an example, they're choosing Ecuadorian Spanish or Guatemalan Spanish, whatever their language is. Once they choose their language, it will put them into a chat room of sorts. And I'm just going to do English because that is the language that I speak. You can, if you want to. Ms. Bozeman likes to, you going to speak Spanish? All right, so we're going to do Spanish, and so the white side is the parent, and then the black side of the tablet is the host or the staff member. So you're going to do Colombian Spanish? There is U.S. Spanish. All right, so it's going to come up like this on both sides. So you see you have a big red button, and that's what you're going to use to speak. So you're going to press and hold.
Hola, me llamo Señora Bozeman.
Well, it says your name, you missed the Bozeman part. So I can see on this side where she introduced herself. And then I can speak into it, or the staff member can speak into it. Hello, how are you today?
Then on this side it says hola, ¿cómo está hoy?
Yes. So there are like I said, a plethora of languages that can be used with this device, because we have a plethora of languages that are spoken throughout this district. But in the great words of Billy Mays, wait, there's more. So there's also the broadcast room. So with Title I funds, a major portion of it is parent engagement. It is so critical to the Title I fund that it is actually required that we budget at least 1% of our allocation to parent engagement. And then we also have meetings and everything like that. And one of the rights as a parent is that parents are able to get translation services, and they are able to get things in their native language. So this helps with that with our meetings. So for instance, if we were to use this tonight, there is a broadcast option. So I would be able to, it's very tiny, but there's a QR code on here, and each device has its own QR code. You would be able to put it on a presentation like Ms. Bozeman's presentation tonight. A parent who needed the translation services could scan the QR code, and it would come up exactly like the parent side of the ILA. The parent would then choose their language. They would put in their name if they so choose. And then it would look exactly like the one-to-one, where it looks like a chat room. And then it's very hard to see, but there is a small little red microphone that I can turn on. And that allows for continuous speech. So instead of me holding down the big red button, it is now going to translate everything that I'm saying to all of those parents in real time. And that way you can give your entire presentation. But what if a parent has a question? There's still a barrier. No, there's not. The parents are able to raise their hand in the device, so they can choose on their phone, raise hand. You can see it on your side. From there, if I had participants, it would show me that I had someone raising their hand. I could unmute them. They can speak in their language in their phone. And then I can see the translation on here, as well as everyone else who is getting the translation services, they can get it on their phone in real time. So the Mandarin speaker, the Tagalog speaker, the Spanish speaker, the Twi that I didn't even know was a language speaker, are all getting the same information at the same exact time. So we are hoping that with the implementation of these devices, it shows our multilingual parents that we want them to be in our schools, we want them to feel welcome, and we want them to know that we're not going to let a little thing like a language barrier stop them from being an active participant in their child's education. So we have 2 of these in each Title I school, which are the 5 elementary schools and early childhood center. And that is because the middle and high school are not Title I served, so we weren't able to purchase these with that, for them with those funds. However, we do have 2 at the district office that they are able to check out should they need those services for IEP meetings, parent meetings, things like that. The idea with each of the elementary schools getting 2 is that they would have one that lives at the front office for any of those parent interactions, and then one that teachers could check out, again, for IEP meetings, parent-teacher conferences, so on and so forth. But we are very excited about this device. I think that it's going to be great in our schools. Does anybody have any questions or want to play around with it for a little bit?
Questions, members? Well, I have a statement. I remember you introduced us to this at the new teacher orientation, and I found it wonderful that there were 3 different people using 3 different languages, and they were all able to see exactly what was being said on their different devices. So that I found was great. And these would be beneficial in the high school and middle school, I'm certain. What do these cost?
They are $2,500 a piece. I know that in my office we're trying to explore other avenues of funding. We just could not purchase them with the Title I funds. But we are looking and seeing if maybe we can purchase it with another funding source under our umbrella. But that's why we chose to get the 2 for the district office while we continue to search for those funds.
We have to have some bake sales. Any other questions? Thank you so much.
Chair Nixon, I don't have the agenda in front of me here.
Okay,
Who's
Student
next?
Support Services.
Student Support Services. Dr. Jenkins, come on up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You have a copy of my report, and the only thing I would like to share is that our student attendance data will be shared. Additional data will be shared with you at Superintendent Aldridge's discretions. That's all I have to share. Do you have any questions?
Chair Nixon?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what Dr. Jenkins said about our enrollment numbers. I see the numbers in the report. When will we get an update on where we currently stand?
When do you want to share additional? Okay, today the report for day 7 was 3,835. If I'm not mistaken.
I thank you for that, Dr. Jenkins. And what is our anticipation of increasing numbers? How many additional weeks are we looking for enrollment from students to kind of catch up?
The day 10 report will be available on Friday. And we also track data at day 15. So we'll be able to give you the additional updates through the superintendent's office.
Thank you, Dr. Jenkins.
And I just want to say again, it's 3,882 was our enrollment for today, which is day 7.
All right, any other questions? Do we normally have a after Labor Day sort of increase?
We hope so.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Hearing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'd be happy to take a bump in enrollment at any date that we can get it. Of course, our official count is due on day 10. Working with the team today, we're doing some exploration. We're looking for about 200 students that we don't necessarily have information on right now. We've been collecting that over the 10-day. If we learn that a student has moved away, for instance, or that something else is going on, we're trying to track that and get that. It's not required that we give that to the state, but of course we want to know what's going on and why we don't see the number we were expecting to see in our schools right now. So we're zeroing in on that each day. Number gets a little higher. I've learned from my time as a principal, I didn't pay much attention until the second week, because the first week the numbers just are nowhere near correct. So that early number that you saw when we put this together last week was obviously not accurate. We're at 3882 as of today, and we'll see where we land on day 10. And then, of course, for the 45-day count is when we next report to the state.
Thank you. Any other questions? Hearing none. Okay. Moving on, operational management. A safe and secure, positive environment will be conducive for teaching and learning.
You do have the reports there for what's going on with facilities. I believe you have a technology report as well. Those gentlemen are not with us tonight to answer any questions. If you have any, I will give it my best shot based on their reports to you. I did want to perhaps put Mr. Bradley on the spot. I didn't check with him, but we're working on My Ride K-12. We've talked about that before, and we didn't want to miss another opportunity to mention that. Mr. Bradley, do you know where we stand with enrollment now on My Ride K-12?
Yes, sir.
Of course he does.
Good evening, board members, colleagues. Yes, we sit today at 1,040 participants. Mr. Irwin, I know you've been tracking that last year. We had about 645 last year ending, so we're 1,040 as of today. And that was a major influx of about probably close to 40% over last year. So we're making gangbusters, and I have full support from the schools, superintendent, deputy superintendent, everybody's getting on board, because this is going to be more things to come as we go down the line as far as technology on our school bus and able to communicate, such as a weather condition that we had this past week as well, where we can get that first line of communication out to those parents that are on My Ride. So it kind of came up where we had to use that right away, and we exercised that perfectly, and those parents that were signed up got that information. So we're proud. We had a very successful start in transportation. Every route was covered. Safe day, efficient day. Had a few sleepers on the bus, but that was part of getting them woke up to the start of a new school year. So very positive for transportation. And I want to thank all of my bus drivers and monitors for the job well done they did. I stand up here, but they're the ones that do it every day. Thank you.
Very good. Any other questions?
I wanted to double down, and of course, I rode the bus on the first day of school as well. One of those students fell asleep in the seat with me. It was still dark outside when we did most of the route, and we were out in the Hendersonville area on quite a long ride. But it was a great experience to get an opportunity to ride and see what our students and our drivers are doing out there. As I told our drivers when I met with them at the beginning of school, we don't start the school day without our bus drivers bringing our students in. And so we know how important that is, and that we do that. I also wanted to shout out Mr. Bradley again, our cause to need to use My Ride K-12 to communicate. He was on top of things. We had a squall of thunderstorms coming through end of last week, and it was not great timing for people to be going out to get on the bus. And so we held the buses up just a moment. We were able to communicate that through the My Ride K-12 app and do that. Of course, he's on top of it as always. We were worried that we would have weather again today as we had between the end of school and the start of our meeting. And so we were prepared just in case that happened. But safety is our number one cause when we deal with this, and our team is definitely on top of that. And I just wanted to thank Mr. Bradley for the hard work he's doing to make sure we get our students to and from school every day.
And I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to ask because I was at a school the other day when they had the delay because of the inclement weather, and they were like, well, we've notified the parents, sorry. So that's a plus. Good work. Any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to thank our superintendent for riding the bus and picking that bus. I'm sure Mr. Bradley had something to do with it, with a driver with 50 years, and I'm sure there are many that have done that for a long time, but 50 years is a very long time, so hats off to that driver.
Yeah, I asked Ms. Fryer if this was it, and she said, well, she might retire, but even if she did, she's coming back. So we're not getting rid of her yet. She's still sharp as a tack, and everybody obviously loves her in that community, and I was amazed at her driving skills on that bus. It was great.
Been driving a long time.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Anything else?
That's all.
All right. Thank you. Consideration for board member to attend executive session electronically.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we consider the action of allowing one of our members to attend the executive session electronically.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we allow one of our board members to attend executive session electronically. All those in favor? Any discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor?
Aye.
And before we go to executive session, in case we lose some people, I just wanted to make sure that I send a shout out to the football team. I watched them at the scrimmage last evening. They're looking good. I'm hoping that everyone will go to the Jamboree on Friday at Berkeley. It starts at 6:45. And our first official game on the 21st is at Hampton County at 7:30.
You know what? You see, you're not the only one what?
Oh, I'm sorry. There were a few of us that were there. Yes, my fellow board member to my left. All right. Moving on.
Mr.
It has been
Chairman.
moved and properly second that we move into executive session. It has been voted officially, so we are now in executive session.
Mr. Chairman, may I make a motion that we enter into executive session for a discussion of topic 9.01, 9.02, and 9.03 only?
Second.
It is, thank you. It is, I got ahead of myself. We allowed her in and we didn't move to session. It has been moved and properly second that we move to executive session. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
We are in executive session.
motion that we enter back into regular session.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we move back into regular session. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Okay, say that again, I heard you. She was muted. Okay. All right. We are back in general session. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we accept the professional staff employment recommendations 1 through 3 as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the professional staff recommendations as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous consent. Do I have another motion?
Yes, sir. I make a motion that we accept the student releases number 1 through 4 as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the student releases as requested. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous consent.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we adjourn. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'd just like to remind everyone to go to think about going to the Jamboree on Friday and the first game against Hampton the following week. Hearing no other discussion, we are adjourned.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you. Good night.